everyone, and welcome back to Soul Bouquet. Today's pick a card reading is Who Wants to Be Your Valentine, and this is for singles. So as always, I have 4 piles for you to choose from. So this is pile 1. This one that just fell is pile 2, and it has a mark there for some reason. I don't know why. Then this is pile 3. And this is pile 4. So to choose your pile, just sit back and relax into your body and just choose whichever one intuitively calls out to you. As always, these are general readings, so just do take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. Okay, the timestamps will be in the description and in the comments below. Hello everyone who chose pile 1 and this sigil. This is your reading. So I've already drawn your tarot, and after I draw the tarot I will explain the sigil, and then later on in the reading we'll have some oracle cards. Once again, this reading is on Valentine, like who wants to be your Valentine. This is mainly intended for singles, but if you're not single and just want to see if there's somebody around, that's fine too. Anyway, these are the cards I drew. So we have the 6 of Wands, the 8 of Coins, and the 2 of Coins. The back of the deck, we have the Magician. Clarifying those, we have the 2 of Swords reversed, the 7 of Wands reversed, and Temperance reversed. The back of that deck is the 8 of Cups reversed. So I'm just going to go here. So your sigil means the universe is speaking to me. So I feel like just from that sigil, whoever this person is who does want to ask you to be your Valentine, you already have sort of an idea. Like there's been like signs and hints that this is the person who like has a crush on you almost. So anyway, I'm gonna go here to the back of the deck, and again we have the Magician is being clarified by the 8 of Cups reversed. So looking at the 8 of Cups reversed, I kind of feel like it might be maybe an ex or somebody, like somebody who walked away from you initially, or perhaps you walked away from them, but like I feel like there was somebody walking away, and this person who wants you actually definitely regrets it. They want to come back because they miss you a lot. And with the Magician here, it's almost like I want to say like that's where all their energy is going. They're really focused just on you and trying to kind of like get what it is that they want with you. And I do feel it's sort of a innocent feeling here. So like they're like, oh, I just want to see her, or it's like, I just want to see you, and this and that, sort of cute thing I'm kind of picking up on. Anyway, so I'm going to come here to the middle of the reading. So we have the 8 of Coins, and it's being clarified by the 7 of Wands reversed. And with the 8 of Coins, what I'm just kind of picking up on is that this person is trying very hard to keep away from you, if that makes sense. Like usually the 8 of Coins is about a person who's putting in a lot of work in some sort of effort, but in this deck in particular, like you can see she looks like she's making pentacles out of stinger nettles, and like her hands and her feet are all red and she's crying. And with that, I feel like this is the effort and the energy of the person staying away from you. Like they're putting in so much hard work just to keep away from you, because in reality they just want to go back to you. And with this 7 of Wands in reverse, like the 7 of Wands upright is about like being defensive, and I feel like you made them put down their guard, like if that makes sense. Like they have their guard down around you, and it does again make them feel very vulnerable. And with it in the conjunction of this 8 of Coins here, it's almost like to me they want to stop like putting in this hard work, like, you know, and like he over here they're sort of trying to stay away and like hold on to that, but here they want to put that down. They want to just give up and like run back to you almost. So then we're going to come here, which is the Six of Wands, and it's being clarified by the Two of Swords. And the Six of Wands is just really talking about like the sort of victory that they want with you. Like they really want to like, you know, ask you out and like start over. I'm seeing like and I feel like they want everything that goes with it. Like if you look at this horse, like this horse looks like it's been very much decorated, and they want to like sort of adorn you like that. It's very cute. But over here we have the Two of Swords in the reverse position, and that's just sort of saying to me like they don't really feel confident enough really to reach out to you. Like the Two of Swords in the upright is somebody who doesn't know what decision to make, but in the reverse it's sort of like a double-edged sword, because I feel like they're just really afraid. Like it might be a friend if that resonates, and they're afraid if they were to ask you out, then it will kind of change the course of your friendship, or maybe there's somebody else. But yeah, it's like a double-edged sword here. So in one hand, if they ask you out, then like, you know, they'll be happy. They'll have like, you know, the Six of Wands. They'll have what it is that they've been trying to fight against. But if they don't, then it's sort of like they're still here. They're stuck in like this fighting mode of just trying to stay away from you. So they don't really see a way that's a way out of it at the moment that's going to be practical for them. I feel like for some people it could be a pride thing, especially if they were the one who walked away from you, or if they caused this sort of situation that you are in now. And also, I do feel like a lot of them, even though they see all of this, they're sort of like hiding from their feelings. Especially, we have the water back here, and water does represent emotions, feelings, and intuition. And the moon does that too. So it's sort of like they don't know your feelings for them, and that's what's another thing that's making them really scared. And they're sort of hiding from their feelings in the same place with this person with their back towards the water. Then we're going to come here. So the outcome is the Two of Coins, and it's being clarified by Temperance reversed. I don't think that they even know what they're going to do. Like, the Two of Coins is another choice card. So Two of Swords is a choice card, and so is Two of Coins. And they're just really confused. Like over here, again, it's sort of like that duality. So we have the child with the body of a boy and the legs of a bear, and then we have the opposite on the other side. Like they don't know which outcome is going to be better for them, if that makes sense. And like for some reason, just like my attention was just brought here to the tattoo on her leg, and I think it's a cat. I'm not positive. These are all about fairy tales basically, so I don't know most of the fairy tales in the deck, but when I'm thinking about the cat, I'm just thinking about somebody who's quite what's it, like flexible and nimble and almost sneaky in a way, like the way a cat could be sneaky. And I'm feeling like this person might reach out to you and ask you to like hang out on the day without it being very committed, something very that's committed. Like, you know, there might be like a sort of situation like, oh, a bunch of us are going to hang out over here, do you want to come along, or something like that, because they definitely want to see you. It's just they are very afraid of you rejecting them. Like they want the Six of Wands and they feel like they could get it, but it's like because they're so blocked off from their intuition, they just don't know which way you are leaning, if that makes sense. With the Temperance here, it's another thing like that. So they're very off balance, and I do think that it's really because of you. Like when they see you, they feel like, I want to say unhinged, like they don't know which way to go. And that's really the outcome at the moment. So I do think that if you wanted this person, if you know who I'm talking about, to come forward, you're going to, or you want the Valentine's Day with them, then you will have to reach out to them. I'm going to come back to here actually. The universe speaks to me. And I do think that's why it's here, is because this person's feeling almost the opposite. They're like, I just need a sign to know that you feel the same way, and then they will go ahead and do it. But I feel like whatever it is that you feel about them, the universe has given them signs. Like they're showing what it is that you feel about them, but they're just so like in their head about it. They just aren't recognizing the the communication almost. I feel like it's almost really young and really cute almost. I want to say that you guys are in like high school or something like that. Take it as it resonates, but it's very innocent. Anyway, so these are some of the oracle cards I got for you. These are cloud cards. I have more coming, but the first one we have is the cloud. Then the second is the float. And then the third one is the sakura. So I'm just going to read these out to you. Okay, so we're going to start here with the cloud. And the cloud says the decision decides the outcome. So choose your decisions carefully. And it's just another thing, like they don't know which way they want to go. Like they are so confused. I'm even thinking like a cloudy day, almost like overcast. Like at one minute it's sunny and one minute it's cloudy and another minute it's raining. Like I feel like this person at one point they're like, yeah, I'm gonna ask them, and then another minute like, no, I'm not gonna ask them. They don't really feel that way about me, and it's very confused, and it's really cute, honestly. Then the second one I'm going to do is the float. So the float says liberation from restraint, freedom. And I do think that's just what they kind of want. Like again, it's even over this 8 of coins and the 7 of wands energy. Like they want to be free from um I don't want to say the burden, but like I feel like they're very pent up with their emotions for you and they just kind of want to let that go. But again, they're feeling they're feeling very topsy-turvy about it. Like they don't know which way to go because it's so, I want to say, almost intense, and they're so worried about your reaction and what it will be, that is really like holding them up. So they're just kind of like floating along, I want to say, not knowing which way to not knowing which way to go. And then this is the last one. So this is the Sakura card, and this is one of the undescribed cards in the deck. And so this one for me, it just is sort of like she is the main character of the series, of like the card where the cards came from, and it's just sort of to me saying to you like this is how they view you. Like they feel like you are so important, like they don't know what will happen if you weren't around, like you're driving the story almost, if that makes sense. And I also sort of feel like they just sort of like put you on a very, I want to say they put you on a pedestal, but it's not in like, you know, the way, the negative way that usually comes across. It's sort of, it's just really cute, the way that they sort of feel like, oh my god, you're so perfect, you're so like, sorry, you're so perfect, you're so like gorgeous, like they would never want me. That's like sort of the energy that I'm getting from this one. Anyway, so now I'm going to move on to Moonology. So I have two of these for you. The first one is you are very close to achieving your goal. And then the second is a win-win forecast. A win-win outcome is forecast. Then for the back of the deck, we have luck is on your side, which is the new moon in Sagittarius. So we're going to go here. You're very close to achieving your goal. And that's the Gibeah's moon. And that's to me is like sort of saying they're really like they're very close, I think, to getting the courage to asking you out almost. Like I want to say, yeah, so the Gibeah's moon is like right before the full moon, and the full moon is usually when everything happens. And I want to say, yeah, they're like very close. They're almost mustered up all the courage, but like something keeps on holding them back. So I feel like if you feel called to, if you were to give them a sort of like hint or a nudge or anything like that, they'll feel, they would feel a lot better about it. But I feel like I want to say you've done that, like you've hinted them in the right direction, and because they're so like caught up in it, they don't know if you're just like being friendly or um if like they're just imagining it or what. But anyway, I'm gonna come here. So a win-win forecast is coming. Sorry, a win-win outcast. A win-win outcome is forecast, which is the full moon in Libra. And yeah, that one's just like sort of saying like I feel like you are open to them. I do feel like this is like a two-way emotional thing. So I do think that you like them. And I do think that this is sort of saying to you, like, if you wanted to be the one to take that step and reach out to them and ask them out, then they would feel very, they would feel very happy about it and very open to it. But, you know, take it as it resonates. But, like, yeah, it's quite, it's like, um, yeah, so like even over here when they're saying it's a choice and they don't know which way to go because they feel like it's almost a double-edged sword, it's not that way. Like either way, if they were to tell you how they felt, if you didn't feel the same way, then at least they would know and they will be able to like progress from the feelings. And if you do, then like, you know, that's what they wanted in the first place. So it's just something for them to keep in mind. Anyway, now I'm going to do these guided by the angel cards for you. I've got two. So one is Ha Ha Ha, which is number 41. And then the other is number 13, which is Ayezel. So I'm just going to read those out to you. Okay, so I'm going to start here, which is Ha Ha Ha. This says, he loves truth and fulfills his duties and obligations. His is the gift of communication, and he possesses charisma and ease of learning over a wide area, especially the esoteric. He has strong powers of concentration and wisdom in matters of discernment and judgment. His aim is harmony and to teach people how to live together with a set of beliefs that come from the heart. He feels that God has a great mission for him, which will probably begin when he finds his ideal partner, as this mission must be carried out in company of the person he loves. He wants to have children so that they continue with the teachings of truth. He tends towards spirituality, searching for truth in the teachings of great masters. So yeah, I do think that there's a few of them in here for this for pile 1. So yeah, I feel like this person usually is almost like for some of you, I feel like this person is almost usually very charismatic. And again, we have over here the magician. So this person is really good at making what he wants come true. I do think it's just with you, they feel very like out of their comfort zone. And it's like, it's a part on here about his ideal partner, and I feel like this person at the moment, like that's how they sort of see you. Like they're like, oh my god, they are everything that I ever wanted, and it's just really cute, to be honest. So I'm just going to read out the attributes in case you wanted to call in this angel. So the attribute is God in 3 people, manifested God. The planet is the sun. The angelic choir is the principalities. The ruling hour is from 1:20 p.m. to 1:40 p.m. The reasons for invoking are to have strength in our evolution, to follow the light of love, and to return to the faith of God, and to protect us from calamity. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the second angel. So this angel is Izael, I think. Anyway, so it says, knowledgeable about material and spiritual laws. He is the bearer of good news. The nobility of his character and dignity in his behavior characterizes the way of life. He is the center of attention in any environment due to 3 outstanding features: his wisdom, serenity, and intuition. He often has the strong impression that he has already experienced another realm of life, what he is living now. He he has a great capacity to adapt, and the purpose of his life is to transmute the crude into the spiritual. He only likes to put his time and effort into things that will come to something. So for you, for this pile, I'm seeing like a few things. So again, he's the center of attention in any environment, and I feel like this is sort of like for both of you. So for this person that you are thinking about, it's sort of like they're usually quite confident, quite smart. They're usually very popular, but I'm also seeing this as how this person sees you. Like they see you as the center of attention, like you are very like almost everything to them. And again, we have the last sentence is really good as well. He likes to put his time and effort into things that will come to something. And this is why I feel like the person is so scared, because he doesn't know if it's going to come to something. Like he definitely has very strong feelings for you. He's just very afraid of the repercussions if he is wrong, if they are wrong. So I'm just going to read the attributes out to you. So the attribute is glorified God. The planet is Uranus. The angelic choir is the cherubim. The ruling hour is from 4 a.m. to 4:20 a.m. And the reasons for invoking are to obtain justice, to free us from depression, to protect against lies and false testimony, to protect the innocent and let the truth be known. And that's it. So now I have a few lookup cards for you. These are double-sided. So the first one we have is you can walk slowly as long as you don't stop. And for this one, I do think it's just really the first part, you can walk slowly. So I feel like this person is slowly gathering the courage to like ask you to be their Valentine or whatever. But I do think it might be a while, like because it's at the time of this I'm reading this and when I'm posting it, because Valentine is so near, I feel like they are even more cautious about it now. And to be honest, I don't know if they're actually going to ask you to be their Valentine. Like they are very scared of you almost, like they're very in their head about it. So you'll see. Well, you'll see. If you ask them, they would be very receptive to it. And then we have do what you're afraid to do, which again, they are extremely afraid of being turned down. Don't promise, just prove. And I feel like it's almost sort of an energy that they've almost promised themselves that they will ask you out. Like I feel like I feel like they've almost promised themselves that they're going to ask you out, but like they're going back on the promise, like, and it's very confusing for them. And then lastly, we have use your obstacles as stepping stones. And I feel like that's just saying really that they need to utilize this like nervous energy in some way to actually ask you out, because I do feel like you're receptive to it as well, but they just don't really know how to turn the nervousness into like excitement to actually get the ball rolling, if that makes sense. So now I'm just going to read the back of these to you now. So we have go through your social media feeds and delete accounts that are uninspiring. Walking is good for your body and mind, so find ways to increase your step count daily. Take just 10 minutes a day to sit quietly and focus on your breathing. And have a whole day free from complaining and see how much better you feel afterwards. I don't actually like the actions on these usually too much, so I got a new thing. It's kind of like a jar, and I pulled one of those for you. So this is sort of like a mindfulness activity for the day sort of thing. So we have this here meerkat that could be a sign for you, and the activity is just one breath. So it says, at any time during the day, take a moment to focus on one breath. Breathe in, then breathe out. Focus your attention on how this feels, where you notice the air moving, how your chest and abdomen move. Try it now. You're not looking for a revelation from this experience. You're not looking for a revelation from this experience. Think of it more like a little mental push-up in your mind. That's it, or if you want to do it a few times a day. That's it, or if you want, do it a few times during the day. So yeah, that's just a little bit of an activity that you can do if you feel called to. But anyway, pile 1, that's all I have for you. I hope that resonated. If it did, I would appreciate it if you liked, shared, subscribed, and commented. But other than that, don't forget to carpe your damn diem. Bye bye. Hello everyone who chose pile 2 with this sigil and that little mark in the back there that I don't know how it got there. This is your reading. So once again, this reading is on who wants to be your Valentine. So this is really intended for singles, but if you're not single, that's fine too. Like if you just want to see who was around. I'm going to talk about the sigil in just a second, but first I'm going to show you your tarot. And then when I'm done with the tarot reading itself, I'm going to clarify with some oracle cards. So the cards I drew for you are the 9 of Swords reversed, the World, and the 9 of Coins reversed. The back of the deck, we have the Page of Coins reversed. Then we have clarifying, the 4 of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and Temperance reversed. Temperance reversed was in this exact same position in the last pile, so check that out if you want. Clarifying, the back of the deck, we have 10 of Pentacles reversed. There. Anyway, so your sigil means I have taken the first step. So maybe that this person has already taken the first step towards you, or maybe you've taken this first step towards them. We'll clarify a bit more in the reading, but that's what I'm sort of picking up on at the moment. So I'm gonna start here with the back of the deck energy. So we have the Page of Coins reversed being clarified by the 10 of Coins reversed. So what I'm sort of seeing with this is with like the Page of Coins, it's sort of like a person in the upright. It's sort of like a person who's like going off in search of their fortune or in search of what they want. But in this reverse position, I'm sort of feeling like this person isn't really confident enough to do that. And I feel like that the fortune in this example represents you. Like I don't feel like they're confident enough to sort of go after you, if that makes sense. Or even in general, I feel like this person isn't very doesn't feel a lot of self-worth. And with it being clarified by the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse position, it's sort of like okay, well, in the upright position, the 10 of Pentacles sort of represents like, somebody who's already put in a lot of work and now they're able to like sort of reap the harvest of their labor and sort of share it out. And with it in the reverse position, it's sort of like, yeah, they haven't really done that. So maybe that's why it's here. Like I've taken the first step is sort of in the opposite meaning. Like they haven't put in the first effort yet. So I do feel like this is a person, because they're so unconfident with themselves, I don't think that they have even I don't think you have any idea that they have this sort of feelings for you. Like they haven't started just yet. And then I want to come to the cards below these ones actually. Like I don't usually go to these cards, but I feel like it's like I should in this position. The Star in reverse, like it's almost to me like no hope. Like in the upright, the star literally does mean hope, and like she's in tune with her emotions. But in this position, I'm feeling like this person doesn't even think that I feel like their self-confidence and self-worth is so low that they don't even think that they have any sort of chance with you. And with this Three of Cups in the reverse, I do feel like it could be sort of a friend. Because the Three of Cups is about a card about friendship and celebration and that sort of thing. But in this position, I feel like I don't want to say friend, I want to say friend zoned. So, and I do feel that they resent that a bit, but you know, they haven't put any um effort in, I don't think. So I don't think he even realized that that's what's going on, to be honest. Anyway, I'm going to come here to the middle of the deck, which is the World and the Queen of Cups. So the World to me is just like how they sort of see you. Like they sort of see you as the world, like almost as I want to say soulmate. Like I don't usually associate the world as a soulmate card, but in this deck, the world is two people here, and they do seem a bit like quite in love. So I feel like they see you as their like happily ever after. I want to say like their world, the conclusion of it all. Um, but with the Queen of Cups here, the Queen of Cups is somebody who's quite giving and quite emotional, but she has a lid on her cup, and so she's quite protective of her emotions. And I do feel like that's why you don't know, like this person, even though they see you in such a high regard, they are not letting you know. They are keeping it quiet, they're keeping it to themselves, and they're doing it in a way that's sort of like protecting themselves. And with this like pile, I feel a lot of nervousness. Not even in like the last pile, there was a lot of nervousness too, but it was more in the cute way. This nervousness almost feels quite, I want to say sour, like it's almost it's not even just nervousness. It's like self-deprecation. If that like if it, yeah, it's like a lot more self-deprecation. Anyway, so we're going to come here to the Nine of Swords reversed and the Four of Cups. So with the Nine of Swords in the reverse position, I want to say that like in the upright, the Nine of Swords is usually about like straight up anxiety. Like, you know, they're anxious, they stay up all night just sort of thinking about this. Um, but in this reverse position, I want to say that it's creeping into their day life almost. But with this anxiety and this nervousness and this depression, even though you're involved, like you're one of the reasons that they feel this way, this person would, it's not really because of you, if that makes sense. It's sort of a lack of self-worth that they have for themselves that's fueling this. And I feel like there are things around them that show him like sorry show him, that show them that it's not really true. Like, you know, there's a lot of like opportunities they have, but their eyes are closed to it. Like I feel like even with you, I'm not sure if you have romantic feelings for this person or not, but I feel like um you would be like, I feel like your energy is quite caring, if that makes sense. And I feel like this person is like not even really open to that in sort of way. Like even though they think of you so highly, I feel like if you were to be like, oh hey, you wanna hang out or whatever, they'll just sort of see it as like a pity, if that makes sense. Like see it as you pitying them. So it's very, yeah, they're really not open to it. Like down here we have the Three of Cups again. And again, the Three of Cups is like friendship and like camaraderie and celebration. And like they're not seeing any of it. They're close their eyes to the opportunity, to any opportunities. They're closing their eyes to what's already around them. And it's just, yeah, they are not really open to coming out of that almost. Even though they really like you and they and everything like that. It's just they're not in a space really to express that, or to even if you did like them, and even if you did have romantic feelings for them, I'm not sure if you do or not, but even if like you were to make the first move and if like you're to progress into something, I feel like they would almost not really be open to it still. Like, I want to say that this person doesn't really know what they want because they think that they want you, but in reality, they need a lot more, um, I want to say self-worth almost. So we're going to come here to the Nine of Coins reverse and the Temperance reverse. So yeah, this is like the outcome, and honestly, I don't think that this person is going to be coming forward and asking you like out for Valentine's Day or whatever. Um, like I am in the upright, the Nine of Coins is somebody who's very independent and quite happy with what they have. But in this reverse position, I'm feeling like this person, even if they were to actually, well, I'm not really seeing it. If they were to do it, they were sort of, I don't think that you would say yes because I feel like their energy for to you is very um downing, I want to say. And I feel like they'll almost do it just to prove themselves right. Like, oh, look, see, no one will ever like me. No one could ever care about me. Like, I'm so worthless. I feel like that's really the energy that they have. With this Temperance card in reverse, it's, yeah, sort of like reaffirming that to me. Like, Temperance card in the upright is somebody who's like, they have one foot on water, one foot in land, they're filling up their own cup. They like are quite balanced within themselves. And in this position, I'm feeling there's no balance here. Um, I didn't even want to say it's like 2 feet in water or 2 feet on land. It's just this person, like this person, I just want to say it's sort of like free falling. Like in this card, it's an angel, and I want to say this person is like, if they feel like they have no wings, even though they're like right there in the back. If they were just like stretch their back, they'll feel them. I'm gonna come back here actually. So with this sigil, it's really they have not taken the first step. They need to take the first step in order to get what they want. And in this case, it's not even the first step to like even show any feelings for you or that they're interested or anything like that. Their first step is really to sort of gain more self-confidence and self-worth, because right now they're lacking it. Even if you did have feelings for them and something was to progress, it will go nowhere. Like, I feel like they will just drag you down with them. And in that sort of way, it was sort of like, for like, I don't think you would be happy in the situation either, and because of it you might like sort of give up. And I do feel like that would just be sort of like a self-fulfilling prophecy for them. It's less what they really want. Well, it's not what they want, it's just sort of they're trying to prove to themselves that it's nothing that they could do about it, really. Anyway, I'm going to come here to some cloud cards. So the first one we have for you is the Move. The second is the Glow. And then the third one is the Storm. So I'm just going to read those out to you. So I'm going to start with the Move. And the Move says, be careful about fidgety actions and remarks. And I do think that's mostly a warning for you. Like, as I said, they might come towards you and ask you out, just to sort of prove to themselves that they don't deserve anything. And I feel like if you are called to, you should say no, because almost like if you were to say yes, I do feel like they would sort of want to prove to you, like if you're on a date or whatever, they will start to want to prove to you that, oh, I'm not this, I'm not that. You shouldn't you shouldn't be here, like, almost. And I don't feel like, there's some people who see somebody really who they are really like, attracted to or really want, and um when they almost feel like they don't deserve them, but they sort of like put in a lot of effort or something like that to almost prove, oh yeah, I did it. Like, they feel a lot more confident because they were able to achieve it. I don't want to like talk about it like a conquest, but that's like sort of one way some people see it. And but I'm feeling like with this person, like they were like, oh, I don't deserve this, like I don't know what to do with it now. Like, it's almost like, I want to say, a baby with a piece of gold. They don't know how to value it almost. Okay, then I'm going to come here to the glow. So the glow says signs of good luck. And hmm, to me, it's I don't really see that like coming for like the Valentine's Day thing. I'm more like seeing it as, again, this person does have signs that are coming towards them that, like, would encourage them, and their eyes are just really close to it. And I do think it's just for the person to like say, it's just really to say they should open their eyes to what they have around them. Yeah, that's really it. And then the next one we have is the storm. Okay, so the storm says intense emotions and frustration being reduced. Um, for this, I'm really seeing like there are a lot of intense emotions, and I almost want to say like a warning to you, the watcher of pile two. Like this person, I feel like because they're in such a low self worth, I feel like they might sort of take that out on, I want to say you, because they do like you a lot. Well, they think they like you a lot, and I feel like they almost might not take their frustrations out on you to say like, look, this is what you do to me, da, 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 and almost in like a victimish way. um so it is sort of a warning for you to just like be aware of that and look out for that. And if you feel that that might happen, to like sort of step away a bit, because I do think that it's going to sort of take you for a loop almost. Anyway, so next I have these Moonology cards. The first one we have is You Are Good Enough, which is the full moon in Virgo. And then the second one we have is Emotions Are Running High, which is the super moon. For the back of the deck, we have Confidence is Your Key to Success, which is the new moon in Leo. So with the You Are Good Enough, I do think it's just really, again, talking to them. Like, even they feel very low within themselves. They don't have a lot of self-worth or self-confidence. And this is just saying that they are good enough. They just don't really see it. And yeah, I'm not even sure why this is like, why they have such low confidence and self-worth within themselves. But I feel like it's almost like, I want to say, someone who has a belief that about something in society, and because of it they are projecting it onto themselves, if that makes sense. But yeah, they are good enough. It's just they they're making themselves not good enough, if that makes sense. And then again, we have Emotions Are Running High. So that again is right about the storm. Like, I do think that it is a possibility that they might lash out at you. And so do be on the lookout for that. Like, do be careful of that. Um, because again, there is a lot of emotions here with you. Like, you have the world here, which is a major arcana. So I do think that they actually do have a lot of feelings for you. It's just that they don't know how to express it healthily, really. And if they were to, so, yeah, if there's no way for, they don't really know how to express it healthily. Anyway, so I'm going to do this, which is You're Guided by the Angel card. And you have number 39, which is Rahael. So I'm just going to read that out to you. So Rahael says, he feels altruistic love for all on earth and considers them sons of God. He carries out exceptional healings with his hands and even with his mind, as well as through prayer and positive thoughts. His truth is eternal, fulfilling, and the karmic mission of overcoming the bad. He is always studying ways and means for overcoming evil. He believes in miracles, and these happen through divine compassion. So for you, I'm sort of seeing it's about the healing. So this person does need to like heal themselves a lot mentally before they are really available for anyone or anything. I feel like with the energy that this person is in now, I do feel there's a lot of areas in their life that aren't really going the way that they want them to. And it does say miracles happen through divine compassion. And I do think that it's more like they need to have the compassion for themselves if they want anything in their life to progress. Anyway, so I'm going to read out this angel's attributes in case you wanted to call on the angel. So it says, I'll hold it. So attribute is God who takes in sinners. The planet is Jupiter. The angelic choir is the dominions. The ruling hour is from 12:40 p.m. to 1 p.m. The reasons for invoking are to preserve health and longevity, to protect us from evil, to help us see when we are acting wrongly, and to influence love between the parents and children and the obedience of young towards their elders. So that's that. Next, I have some lookup cards for you. So these are just like tips and advice. You could follow the advice if you want. I don't really like them, but we have number one: be your own superhero, which is again, this person needs to have more confidence in themselves because they have everything that they need. It's just they don't see it. Then we have life is what you make it, and yeah, I do feel like at the moment they're not seeing that. They're just seeing life is shit almost. And then last one we have is don't live life through a screen. So I do feel with this person they are sort of, yeah, like I feel like it's a lot of jealousy associated with them. Like they'll just look out and see people like being happy and smiling, and they're like, why can't I be that way? And I feel like it's a lot of jealousy, and it's really saying to come out of that and to live your own life basically. Anyway, so the back of the deck we have, well, on the other side we have, it's okay to be offline sometimes, disconnect and reconnect with yourself instead. And even though I don't really like these, I do think that one of the main issues with this person is like I want to say that they're on like Reddit and reading all these forums about like, you know, this and that, and it's really pulling them down into a negative space. But we have listen more and talk less, and cook your favorite meal and share it with someone you love. So yeah, you could follow the other ones if you want. I don't really like them, but instead I got this new sort of jar out, and it comes with these sort of mindful activities if you wanted to follow them. So this is the image for your one, and it says on the other side, mindful shadowboxing. For hundreds of years, martial artists and boxers have used shadowboxing to hone their technique and prepare for combat. However, you don't have to be a fighter to box with your shadow. Take 10 minutes of your day to fight your shadow. Make sure to keep your breathing steady and focus purely on fighting your shadow. Feel the movement in your arms and legs when you punch or kick. Feel the power and pressure within your body. Paired with simple footwork and steady breathing, shadow boxing becomes an excellent vehicle for mindful exercise. I'm getting very tongue-tied on that. But yeah, anyway, so you could do that if you want. I didn't really expect that to come out, but yeah, pile two, that's all I have for you today. I hope that resonated. If it did, I would appreciate it if you liked, shared, subscribed, and commented. But otherwise, don't forget to carpe your damn diem. Bye bye. Hello to everyone who chose pile 3 with this sigil. This is your reading. So I'm going to go to the sigil in just a second. I'm just going to show you your cards first, and then after I read the cards, I'm going to clarify with some oracle a little bit later on. So once again, this reading is about who wants to be your Valentine. It's really intended for singles, but if you're not single, it's fine too if you don't want to see who is like out there. But anyway, so these are the cards I have drawn for you. The first one we have is the Tower. Then we have the Lovers reversed. And then lastly, we have the Knight of Coins. For the back of the deck, we have the Four of Cups reversed. Clarifying those, we have the Fool, the Five of Swords, and and the King of Swords reversed. The back of that deck is the Five of Cups reversed. Okay, so I'm just gonna come here first, and this sigil means I protect myself and my opinions. And actually, when I was writing it, I was like, look, the energy I was sort of trying to emulate was this, the Five of Swords. So yeah, that's interesting. But so far, I do think that it might have been some sort of disagreement between you and the person that wants to ask you to be their Valentine. Um, yeah, I do think it might have been like some sort of situation. I'm not sure if you walked away or they walked away, or if it was just like a argument. It might not have been a big one, to be honest. But yeah, I'm just sort of picking up on that there was possibly an argument around the situation. But we'll see what the rest of the cards say, because it is just a sigil. The sigil meaning I do a lot of times change while I'm reading the cards. So just do keep that in mind. Anyway, so for the back of the deck energy, you have the Four of Cups, and it's being clarified by the Five of Cups, and those are both reversed. So yeah, what I'm seeing here is that like this person, whoever it is, they're opening their eyes to that they actually really want you. Like in the upright positions of both of these cards, like in this position, the Four of Cups upright is sort of like somebody who doesn't see what is really there for them or what opportunities they have. And in this position, the Five of Cups is sort of like mourning the loss of the Three Cups that have been knocked over, but there's two cups still behind them, like the true love. And I feel like this person is sort of like awakening to that fact, and they are like, I do think that for you it's just somebody who you've already been with, or you've already had a relationship with, or even if it wasn't, like I feel like there is some history behind this, and you are like, this person is coming back to it. It's kind of like reminding me almost of the beginning of pile 1, so check that out if it does resonate. But yeah, I do want to come here, and I usually don't come to the next cards here. And it's the Ace of Cups, and it's the Devil. And I feel with the Ace of Cups, it's really about new love, and yeah, or a fresh start almost. But with the Devil, it's almost very codependent. Like, as I said, I do feel like there's sort of a fight or something that happened. Um, and you guys are attached to each other, but it's not a very healthy attachment. Anyway, so we're going to come here to the center where we have the Lovers reversed and the Five of Swords. So, with the Lovers reversed, I'm sort of seeing like, I do think that there was sort of a relationship here or something like that. Like there was something that you two had together before. I don't know if it was like maybe a friendship situation and then somebody tried to escalate it and the other person denied it, or it was an actual relationship and then somebody walked away, or like whatever. But I am seeing like there was history here. There's history here. And with the Five of Swords, that is sort of like reaffirming that. Like somebody walked away from the other person, and I'm sort of like being focused in on this person in the background, like they're crying, and it's sort of like almost like, usually with the Five of Swords, like the battle is already over, and the people in the Five of Swords are the victors in the situation. But I want to say with like this person in the background crying, it's almost like whoever walked away wasn't happy about walking away, like, or even whoever walked away is now they're coming to that realization that they shouldn't have, or they're again seeing what it is that they were truly after. Like again, we have the Four of Cups here in the reverse position, so they're like sort of opening their eyes almost to what it is that they have lost. But over here in the five of cup, if the five of cups reversed, it's almost the opposite. Like they want to get back what they still, now they're seeing what they still have. Like they're aware of what they lost, but they are trying to salvage what they still have. And then we're going to come here to the Tower and the Fool. So with the Tower here, it does sort of reaffirm to me that there was some big, like, turning point in this. But with the and I do feel like this person, whoever it is, they are afraid to reach out to you for this Valentine's Day, even though, like, I feel like it's almost not even Valentine's Day on their mind, really. It's just really a feeling of they just really want to reach out to you and, like, reach out to you and start again with the Fool here. But they're afraid of causing a Tower moment, because I do feel like if they were to reach out, a Tower moment would ensue. I didn't think it could be good and it could be bad. Like they don't know, again, they really don't know which way it's gonna go. Like these cards are all about fairy tales, and in this one we have, Rapunzel, and like Rapunzel and the prince, they're falling down, and because of it, like, there's more possibility because she's no longer stuck in the tower, but she's never been outside of it. She doesn't know which way it's going to go, and in this card it looks like she's going to fall into the brambles. So it's not going to be an easy transition, really. But even though they're very afraid of it, they still want to take this leap and this new step forward and start again from zero with you. Then over here for the outcome, we have the Knight of Coins being clarified by the King of Swords reversed. So I don't think that this person's going to reach out to you in time for Valentine's Day, but I do think that they are continually making steps forward towards you, if that makes sense. Um, because with the Knight of Coins here, they are the slowest moving knight, but this is the person who makes sure everything is prepared. Like the Knight of Coins is very slow moving, but they're very strong moving, if that makes sense. Um, I almost want to think of it like molasses. Like molasses is a very strong flavor and it takes forever to come out, but once it's there, and they're not really going anywhere. And I do feel like this is the way that this person is coming towards you. Again, with the sigil, we have I protect myself and my opinions. And I do think this is the way that they are protecting themselves, is by taking their time. Because again, they feel once they reach out, a tower moment will happen. Like there will be some sort of no going back in some sense. And they're trying to set themselves up for success really with you. The King of Swords here in the reverse is sort of just indicating to me again the contact, but it's going to take a while. And I almost feel that because they're afraid of the tower moment, when they do reach out at first, it's not going to be really saying what it is that they want to say. I do feel like they're going to come in a little bit more hesitant and see where you are willing to take things. Because yeah, it's just I'm feeling that their fear is really going to be getting in the way of this situation resolving itself, like by next week. It's going to be a lot longer. That's what I'm seeing. Anyway, so I'm going to start with some oracle cards for you now. First, we have Clow Cards, and 4 came out for you. So the first one we have is the Little. Then it's the Wave. Then we have the Voice. And the last card we have is the Unnamed card, which I call True Love. So I'm just going to read those out to you. So I'm going to start here with the Little, and it says a small but meaningful transformation period. And I do think that's what this person's doing now. They're trying to sort of, I want to say, yeah, set themselves up for success. And when they do come into you, do know it's not really something that's whimsical on their part. It's something that they've thought of a lot, and they've tried their best to come in to you with an offer that is worthy of you. I feel like if it was to be now, I don't even think that, to be honest, you would be willing to accept them, I want to say, because um, I don't think that if they were to do it now, you will feel like they have really thought about what has happened, or matured in a way. So then the next card I'm going to come to is this one, which is the wave. And the wave says a flexible attitude will bring good fortune. With this, I do think this one is morally talking to you, to be honest, because I feel like you do have a bit of resistance at the moment towards this person. Um, but it is saying that once they do come back, it's not really a whimsical sort of situation, if that makes sense. They have thought a lot about it a lot. Um, and I do feel like when they do come back, it's whatever the problem was, they would have changed. I want to say, like, here I protect myself, but I protect my opinions. I do think that the wave is sort of related to it, because I do think that whatever has happened, it was a very prideful issue that got into the way. And that's why they were fighting. I feel like that was why the fight was so catastrophic. It was very a lot of ego in it. And yeah, with the wave, when once they've gone away, in this period with them away, they are going to sort of rectify that and like stop being so prideful. So then the next card we have is the voice. So the voice says, I want to make friends, relationships properly, resulting in feelings. And I do think that's what this is about when they come back. Like, they want to put, like, have the water under the bridge on this and, like, become friends again. I do think you guys, again, were, like, not friends in the beginning, but they're trying to get back that sort of, I want to say, repertoire. I don't know if that's the right word, but they want to have that sort of easy communication style that you both had in the first place. Um, because they do, again, they have feelings for you. It's just with whatever happened, they don't really know. They're trying to approach you in the best way possible. Anyway, so then we have this card, which is the unnamed card. And this card is really about true love. And I do think that this person does have a lot of, like, innocent, like, I don't want to say innocent. They have a lot of feelings and emotions towards you. I want to say that they do love you a lot. It's a lot of strong feelings. But I want to say, do be careful, because you do have the devil here. But in general, this person, I want to say, is safe for you. Just do look out for that devil codependent energy. Anyway, so now I'm going to move on to your Moonology cards. I have two for you. The first is the end of a tough cycle approaches, which is the full moon in Capricorn. And the second is emotions are running high, which is the super moon. Back of the deck, you have the energy is gaining momentum, which is the waxing moon. So, with the end of the cycle approaches, I do think that's just really the separation I do think you two are in is coming towards the end. Even if you're not in like full separation, I do feel whatever has happened has really changed your dynamic. And it's saying that like this is coming towards the end, it's approaching. Again, it's not going to be like right around the corner, because they are still trying to, as it said in the back of the deck, gain momentum, but it is coming. Then with this one, emotions are running high, the supermoon. It is just again saying that this person has a lot of feelings for you. And it is again talking about this tower moment that's coming, because when he does eventually make his way there, a lot of things are going to happen. It's going to be quite, I want to say, impactful. So it's just really talking about that. Anyway, so then the next card I have for you is one of these guided by the angel cards. And the angel you have is number 67, which is I L. I'm not really sure, but I'm going to read that out to you. So Iel says, he is enlightened by the Spirit of God, influential and trusting. He dislikes two-faced or dishonest people. He carries out thoroughly what he has to do and stands out in his studies and research into the esoteric sciences, especially astrology and the Kabbalah. I do think it's just really about him disliking two-faced and dishonest people, because I do think while this person is away, they are actually really working on themselves. And I feel like if they were to come now, it wouldn't be with their full, I want to say, their full potential. And that's why they're staying away for so long, is because they want to prove to you and prove to themselves and come back as a person who's fully in their power. Okay, yeah. I'm going to read out the attributes now in case you do want to call on him. His attribute is God who gives joy to men. His planet is the moon. The angelic choir is the guardians. The ruling hour is from 10 p.m. to 10:20 p.m. And the reasons for invoking are to intensify awareness and perception, to find consolation in the face of adversity and injustice, to enable us to concentrate on studying music, philosophy, and religion, and to help with emotional changes. There it is. Okay, so now I have some look up cards for you. On one side, it's sort of like a tip or advice, and then on the other side, we have actions. I don't really like the actions too much, to be honest. Anyway, we have don't let failure define you. And I think that's really just about them, in the situation in general, because I do feel like they almost feel like a failure with the 5 and 4 of Cups in reverse energy. And it's saying that they're not really failing because they're going away to work on themselves. So they're not letting it is saying that they're not letting it define them. And that's a really good energy for them to be in. The next we have is forget the mistake and remember the lesson. And I do think that is, again, what they're out there doing, what they're out there preparing for. Because whatever it is that happened between you, they are really trying to learn from it. And then the last one we have is quitters never win and winners never quit. And that, again, is like, because they feel like they have failed, they are really trying to come back, and they are not really letting this situation get them down. They are trying to prove themselves to you. For the back of this, we have, do you have an aftershave, an outfit, or a drink that you've been saving for a special occasion? Make that occasion today. Smile at any chance you get, and be mindful as you can. Be as mindful as you can when you eat. Eat slowly, savor the flavors, and enjoy your food. Again, I don't really like those, so I got this new sort of thing. It's like a jar, a mindfulness jar, and it gives you mindful activities that you can follow if you want. So this is the image that came on yours, which is a bubble. And it says, mindful immersion. The purpose of this one is to cultivate contentment in the moment and escape the persistent striving we find ourselves caught up in a daily basis. Pick a chore, something you usually just want to get done before moving on to your next task. Rather than treating this as a regular chore, try treating it as a completely new activity. For example, washing up. Notice how the water flows into the sink, how the washing up liquid intertwines with the water, how moving your hands through the water creates bubbles, and how they feel on your skin. The idea is to get creative and discover new experiences with a familiar task. So yeah, that's something nice to do if you are interested. Anyway, pile 3, that is all I have for you today. I hope that resonated. If it did, I would appreciate it if you liked, shared, subscribed, and gave me a comment. There we go. But other than that, Don't forget to carpe your damn diem. Bye bye. Hello, everyone who chose pile 4 and this sigil. This is your reading. So I'm going to explain the sigil in just a second. I'm just going to show you your tarot first, and then after I show you your tarot, I will clarify with some oracle cards a little bit later on. So once again, this reading is on who wants to be your Valentine. It's really aimed for singles, but if you aren't single and if you just wanted to see if somebody was around, that's fine too. Anyway, so the cards I got for you are the Nine of Cups, the Sun, and the Eight of Cups. The back of the deck, we have the King of Cups. Clarifying those, we have the King of Cups again, the Knight of Cups, and the Devil reversed. For the back of that deck, we have the Three of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so I'm going to start here with your sigil, and your sigil means I do the right thing. So you'll see how that comes to play in your reading, but I'm going to come here to the King of Cups, and it's being clarified by the Three of Pentacles reversed. So the first thing I want to say is the King of Cups is a soulmate card, and I do think that this is what the main thing it is saying here, especially because it does come up twice. But yeah, I do think that this is really strong soulmate indications, and yeah, I feel like, yeah, I do feel like this person just really believes that you are their soulmate. And with the Three of Pentacles in the reverse position, I feel like that you haven't known this person for a very long time, because usually the Three of Pentacles is about building up a foundation. And with this one in the reverse position, I'm just sort of feeling like it hasn't been very long since you've known each other. And but they do feel very strongly for you with the soulmate card there. Anyway, so I'm going to come here, which it to the Sun, and it's being clarified by the Knight of Cups. So with the Sun here, it's just, I want to say you just really make them feel very happy. Like, it's very I want to say it's cute, but it's very romantic. They like the Knight of Cups, this is like the Knight of Shining Armor, and they want to sort of be that for you. Very open and like pour a lot of their emotions into you. Um, However, with the Knight of Cups, there is a bit of hesitation here when the horse is reaching the water. So do be careful. Like, I feel like because they have not known you for so very long and they have very strong feelings for you already, they almost feel, yeah, they feel a bit scared of the connection, I want to say, and they do feel a bit hesitant of the way that the Knight of Cups is showing up. However, it is saying that you really do make them feel very happy. And again, because it's so new, they're not really sure why. It's kind of confusing to them, I want to say. But yeah, I also want to say on this Sun card, like they're floating down the river, so it is like showing that to me as well. They're being, I want to say, ruled by their emotions, like heart over head almost. I want to come here to the Nine of Cups being clarified by the King of Cups. So Nine of Cups is almost like wish come true. And as you can see in this card, like these two are very in love, and that's how they really feel about you. Like they feel very, very strongly about you. And again, we have the King of Cups, which is another soulmate card indicator. And it's like, again, this person, I don't think you've known them for long. I don't even know if you're in like a romantic thing at the moment, but they just feel very, very strongly for you. It's, I do want to say it's kind of like bewildered them almost, like how fast they've fallen for you, because I feel like this is a person who's usually, they kind of like play the field. Like that's kind of indicated in the Knights of Cups as well. That the Knight of Cups could be somebody who's let's say not very platonic. But I feel like with you, it's they're like they only really have eyes for you. And for some reason, like being drawn to this boat right here in the King of Cups. I've never noticed it before, but I kind of want to say it's like I want to say it's almost smooth sailing for them. Like the waters back here are kind of choppy, but the King of Cups is the king of like water and emotions and stuff like that. And they really just want to like smooth sail, but with it in this like topsy turvy thing, it's just because I do think it's so new, and that's what's kind of scaring them about this, because they do feel like you two belong together, but it's not. Um, they can't really see it being based on anything. They're just really confused on like there's no it's not really based in reality, I want to say, and they don't understand why it is that they see you in such a light. Um but yeah, they do really they really do want you. And then over here we have the outcome, which is the Eight of Cups being clarified by the Devil reversed. So with this, yeah, again, I don't really think that they're going to come forward to you for Valentine's Day. Like I feel like you two will I want my son to say you two will spend it together, but it's not like somebody asked the other one out. It's just like sort of happened that way is what I'm kind of picking up on. But really with the Eight of Cups, the Eight of Cups is somebody who's walking away from something that doesn't serve them anymore. And I don't think it is you. But I do feel like there might be separation from this person coming up. And yeah, it's not you that's the problem, because I feel like with you, they feel that you are their Two of Cups. Like the person in this Eight of Cups is all searching for their Two of Cups, their soulmate, and they've already found it with you. It's just I feel like with the Devil here in the reverse position, it's something that they're sort of running from that. They're sort of running from this energy that that I feel like is chasing them. That's sort of like a pattern for them that sort of I want to say is very unhealthy. Um and I do think what I'm sort of feeling is like, even though I said over here they have like they sort of play the field, and I feel like very often they do like I'm gonna say get involved with other people, but with you it's different. And I do think that that's sort of scaring them, because usually there is not really the best situation. It's not very deep, I want to say. But with you it's so different, and it scares them. That's what's scaring them. And I do think with them walking away in this Eight of Cups, it's not really to run from you. It's that they're running from I want to say, yeah, I think I want to say like running from the fear. It's kind of like want to trace your energy. Like it's not you that they're running from. It's just more they're running from the intensity because they feel it. It's just not very um it doesn't make sense to them, if that makes sense to you. Yeah, it just doesn't really make sense to them, and they're just trying to I want to say this is even more than Eight of Cups of walking away. I want to say it's more hermit energy almost. Like they're trying to go off to try to understand it better, even though it doesn't really make sense because you are the person who they want, and you know that you're the wish come true and everything. They're just sort of walking away to sort of I want to say be like um I want to say like it's almost too good to be true, and that's why they're running from it. I want to come back here really quickly. So with I do the right thing, I do feel like they feel walking away for now and then coming back later when they are in want to say I don't want to say like a more healthy mindset. It's more like because they're so confused about the intensity of it, it is pushing them away. And I feel like if they walk away now, they won't be pushed away. So it'll be easier for them to come back. And like again, when I was writing this with I do the right thing, it was like I do the right thing, not the easy thing. And I feel like the easy thing for them to do is to stay with you until they get pushed away. But because they actually like you so much, they're walking away now so they could deal with whatever it is that they have to deal with. And then when they come back to you, they are more of a whole person. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to some oracle cards. And the first one I have for you are these cloud cards. And so we have four. The first one is the silent. The next one we have is the time. Then, got all messed up. Then we have the light. It's really annoying me. And then the last one you have is the earthy. So I'm just going to read those out to you now. So the first one we have is the silent, and the silent says for thoughtfulness, a time for recharging. And I do think this is really what this really is, because I don't feel like that they're going to be gone for a long time. I do think it's just really a break for them to sort of catch their breath and reorient themselves. And when they do, it'll be a lot better. And I do think they'll be coming back with not even the Nine of Cups, like the Two of Cups, which is another soulmate energy. Then the next one we have is the time. So the time says every experience improves you, independence. And yeah, it's just really, again, we have the devil here reversed. And I do think that somebody in this relationship does have the tendency to sort of get too attached. And by this person walking away, it's going to prevent that. And you're both going to be able to gain some more independence without the other. So the relationship will have would be on a better standing. Then the next card we have is the light. So the light says lead everything yourself, your prospect for the distant future. But this card is really about you have a lot of good luck. So this is really like shining a light on the parts of the relationship that you feel kind of unsecure, or they feel sort of unsecure in. And the prospect for the future is when they come back, it will be a lot brighter. Like it's going to be, I want to say it's going to be okay. That's what the message is coming through for me. And then the last card you have is the earthy. So the earthy says source of life, symbol of effort and acceptability. But what it is really saying again, well, what it is also about is foundations. And again, here you guys don't really have a very strong one. I do think it's very fast. And once they do come back, you guys are going to be able to work on a more solid foundation, because I feel that again, because everything was so fast, it did cause them a bit of confusion. But when they're able to come back, it will be a lot better for the both of you. So anyway, I'm going to move on now to these Moonology cards. I have 3 for you today. So one is nothing will come of the situation, which is the void, of course, moon. The next is a win-win forecast is outcome. Oh, sorry, a win-win outcome is forecast, which is the full moon in Libra. And then the third is your commitment is being tested, which is the first quarter moon. The back of the deck, you have nothing is yet set in stone, which is the mutable moon. So I'm going to come here first, and with the nothing it will come of the situation. I do think it's just really about the walking away part, because it's not like they're going forever. It's not like this is the end of it, if that makes sense. So like, it's almost to me saying not to worry, because I feel like when this does happen, I think that you will be very like, why has this happened? Feel very crushed, but don't worry about it, because the situation we have here, a women outcome is forecast. Like, it's nothing to really worry about. Like, I want to even say you should be excited about it, because when they come back, things will move at a much better rate and a much healthier pace. And then with here, we have your commitment is being tested. And that's really just about not only your commitment, the watcher, but their commitment to being able to stand and do the right thing, because we do the right thing, not the easy thing. So it will be easier for them to stay with you and be where you both are. But when they walk away, it will be a lot better. It is the right thing for you to do, for them to do, really. Anyway, I'm going to come here to these guided by the angel cards now. You have two. The first one is number 34, which is Lehahia, and that's upside down. And you have number 36, which is Menadel, is also upside down. So I'm going to start with Lahahia. Lahahia says, he is talented in artistic fields, mainly music, although as a patron rather than a performer. He has latent paranormal gifts, which will be liberating. Fearing disease from dirty places and objects, he is fussy about cleanliness. And for some reason, I'm just thinking, right, it's the sentence as a the part of the sentence as a patron rather than a performer, because I feel like it's coming back to this Knight of Cups. Like before, even though they used to, there were a lot of, I want to say, romantic situations as in the past, it wasn't very rooted, I want to say, but now they're getting towards that energy and more strong feelings for you. And then the other one, we have Menadel. Menadel says he does not agree with some aspects of his religion, especially those that he feels are not useful. He is known as a prophet for his profound vision, mainly on social matters. He often only asks for help when all other resources have been exhausted. And I do think that is really just the last part. They only ask for help when all other resources have been exhausted. And I do think it's just saying like that's why they walked away, is because they don't want to be so like caught up in it. They don't know anywhere else to turn. So anyway, next I have these lookup cards for you. These are double-sided. So this side says tough times don't last, tough people do. And it is about the walking away, because they are coming back and it might be a bit tough, but you'll both be able to make it through. Old ways won't open new doors, and again, that's why they're walking away, so that they will be able to change and sort of step out of the Knight of Cups energy into more of the King of Cups, the real soulmate energy. And then we have don't be afraid to fail, be afraid to not try. And yeah, that's more, again, they're doing the right thing, not the easy thing, because they will be able, and they walk away, it's sort of more scary, I think, for the both of you, but it's much better that they do. On the other side, we have make an effort to learn something new every day. Let the people you love know that you love them. And it's great to be confident. It's not okay to be arrogant. For this side, I don't actually like them that much. The actions, I think they're a bit simplistic. So I got a new jar sort of mindfulness exercises. And this is the one I pulled for you. We have a cup of tea. And it says, mindful appreciation. Choose 5 things in your day that usually go unappreciated. These things can be objects or even people. The point of this exercise is to give thanks and appreciate the seemingly insignificant things in life. The things that support our life but rarely get a second thought. For example, the electricity that powers your kettle, the postman who delivers your post. Ask yourself, how do these things work? How do they benefit your life? Have you ever noticed the finer details of these items? Have you ever thought about the relationship of these things and how they play an interconnected role in the functioning of the earth? Use a notepad to check off all 5 things by the end of the day. So yeah, that's a little thing you could do for a bit of mindfulness if you are interested. But yeah, pile 4, that's all I have for you today. I hope that resonated. If it did, I would appreciate it if you liked, shared, subscribed, and commented. But other than that, don't forget to carpe your damn diem. Bye bye.